humanity is going through an evolution, and we're going through this waking up phase. And I know you and Mark Passio had an interview, a real amazing interview about, hey, Mark, you asked him, how awake are we? And you guys kind of both agreed that, hey man, there's not this mass awakening that we thought there was going on. But yes, nonetheless, there is progress. There's movement forward. And, what I wanted to ask you is humanity evolving at the pace that, are we doing the best we can with the tools that we have, or are we leaving a lot of room on the table, or a lot of people just playing into voluntary ignorance, and they could have the choice to change their lives, but they just don't? Or is it literally they're doing the best they can in their own spiritual progress?
Look, in many ways, I think both are correct. People are doing the best they can in their own spiritual progress, but they're scared. The cognitive dissonance that most people have is out of fear. People are literally scared to stand up for themselves. They want to. They know something's terribly wrong, but they want to see someone else doing it first before they're game to actually put their face out there.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of want to see the consensus to change, and then they'll go with the flow. And that's okay. A lot of people are going to be like that. That's the way people have traditionally been. A lot of people are just sort of filler material in some way. And people will just go where the general consensus goes,
Mm-hmm.
And even, people's lack of involvement, their tolerance of wrong behavior, as Mark always puts it. This is the result of programming. It's the result of fear. You can't really blame them for it. I feel pretty sorry for the human race, the way we've been led into this predicament, and the fact that it seems so insurmountable to people when it's really not. The problem is people are looking for external solutions all the time when the solution is within them. Change your perspective, change the way you interact with people, stop tolerating wrong behavior, always operate within the parameters of your moral compass, and you'll change the world. That's how it works, it's a ripple effect. If we didn't tolerate all this stuff, it wouldn't happen, If some legislation is put in place which causes us to step outside our moral compass, we just do it. We think, well, I have to, it's the law. Well, hang on, it's not law, it's legislation that someone's written there, which is actually in direct opposition to real law, to natural law. So what's it even doing there? We don't question it, we don't vet it, we just go along with it because we're scared to think outside the box. We're scared of what will happen to us if we question it, And when we do question it, we use the legal parameters. We don't ever look inside our spiritual reality and look to who we are in our own personal power and simply ask the questions of why another human being thinks they have control over you. This is slavery. Slavery is illegal. Why do we put up with this shit? Why do we allow ourselves to let the world just deteriorate around us simply because someone wrote down on paper that they can do this? How do we ever let that happen? That's the question. But you can't blame a lot of people. You have to just try to inspire them to be better in themselves. If they can be better in themselves and always work to improve things around them and not tolerate wrong behavior, then they will change the world. That's all we really need to do.
Yeah.
And that's why it's no good someone even coming along and bringing another system to these people. That's the problem as well, is people, if you say to them, well, this system's corrupt, they go, okay, well, what's your new system that you want to put in place? And then I realize that it's just another system they're looking for. There's nothing inherently wrong with this system. What is wrong with it is our moral stance and our tolerance of what this system does. The system's supposed to be there to serve us, but it isn't. It's enslaving us. And we've become the least important thing in the eyes of the system. It's all about economics and balancing the books and all that sort of stuff. So, we've got to look at this and look at that whole thing and realize that it's our spiritual connection that is the problem. And if we change our moral compass, then we don't have to change anything else. And it doesn't matter what system anybody brings in. If you haven't changed what's inside you, you're just going to be led back to this point. You're just following another leader. You still have to pay to be alive. All this stuff's still going on, So that's the solution. The solution is for people to change what's inside them and let it ripple out. And that's why I live my life. And I live almost a charmed existence because I live my life in a state of giving. But I don't deplete myself in the process. I give to myself as well. I put myself on equal value as everybody else, but we don't do that. We just tolerate all this stuff. And so that's why it continues. If we were to change our moral compass, the system would have to change around us. We wouldn't have to change anything.